This is Spud here from HitStartNow.com, coming at you with another quick hit. Now, if you checked out last week's quick hit, you'll see that I'm halfway through kind of videos about games that you may not have played on PlayStation 2. Really good ones that kind of deserve to be played, but for some reason were kind of overlooked, forgotten about, and shunned over to the side. If you haven't seen the fourth video in this particular series, I will have it linked below. Don't worry about it. So I'm going to start off kind of where I left off last week. So next in line for PlayStation 2 little gems that you may have missed that you really need to play is Urban Chaos Riot Response. Urban Chaos Riot Response on PlayStation 2 is a very peculiar game. There were a lot of first-person shooters on PlayStation 2 and a lot of them sucked balls. You know, there were some really generic shit games. I remember Black being a big thing, and I remember a bunch of other ones that looked and tasted just like that did absolutely nothing. I think the only one that I really enjoyed on PS2 was Turok Evolution. That was until about a year or two ago when I played Urban Chaos Riot Response. What makes this different from the rest of the first-person shooters? A shield. A big, dirty riot shield. That's what makes this different. The whole game is based around the fact that you are indeed a SWAT team riot response dude. Therefore, you have a riot shield. And you use this in any way possible. You can use it obviously for defense. You can also use it for offense. As dudes get too close to you, you fucking smack them in the jaw with this shit and just watch them drop, man. You know, you've got to constantly flick between having this shield up and being protected from the constant onslaught from your enemies, and wielding an actual weapon to take a few guys down, like a firearm or a baton to beat dudes with. Then put the shield back up, try and turn that forward a little more, make sure you don't get hit from behind, turn around, catch that guy if you do. It's really entertaining. I've never really heard many people talk about this game, and it's a crying shame because it's so original and so different to everything else that was happening in the first-person shooter genre at the time that it deserves respect. It deserves to be played. Check it out, man. Check it out. Next up, we have an absolute classic, and that is Mashed, Fully Loaded. Now, I'm pretty sure I've already covered Mashed on another quick hit. Maybe it was one of my favorite driving games because I'm a sucker for racing games. I really enjoy them. Now, if so, I'll link that down below as well. But Mashed is like your old Micro Machines games on the older consoles, like 16-bit genre, or even back in the day on PS1 with the Micro Machines V8. Was that the name of that one? This plays something similar. It's almost top down. It's more kind of isometric. You play as tiny cars and you play against your friends in kind of multiplayer battles. If you can put a full screen between you and your friend, you win a point. Win a set amount of points, you win the match. Each time your friend wins a point, he steals it back from you, and things get really intense then. And then you add weaponry. All sorts of dumb weaponry, man. You know, you're firing barrels of oil, you've got mortars, you've got shotguns attached to the side of your cars, you've got flamethrowers. It is so much fun. Each weapon has its own situation where it's best used in. You know, each weapon has its own ways to be used. And that was just straight up ramming your opponent off the road, and things get really vicious. Throw in a multi-tap for 4-player and this thing becomes epic. Absolutely epic. There's one particular race course that really needs to mention where it's simply an O shape, where there are 2 left turns, one at the top and one at the bottom. That's all there is to it. But it's an ice rink, and if you go off the sides, you die. And throw your friends in there with a load of weapons, all gunning for first place, and it becomes an absolute war zone. Nice guys don't win at Mashed Fully Loaded. You've got to drive like a cunt. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Next up is the Red Star, which is apparently based on some comic books that I've never read. But that's cool. The Red Star on PS2 is another one that I saw, I believe through another one of Metal Jesus Rocks' videos. If you don't already subscribe to Metal Jesus Rocks, well then check him out, subscribe to him, and tell him Hit Start now sent you. The Red Star plays kind of like a hack and slash. You know, you pick from a big brute, a small girl, and possibly a third person, and you hack and slash your way through kind of a Soviet world with big robots and shit. You know, it's all a bit futuristic, and Russia ruled the world, and everybody's got funny little woolly hats. And you blow your way through everybody in a hack and slash-esque fashion, and it's fairly unforgiving. It doesn't give a fuck about you. And that's cool, until you get to the bosses, where it becomes a bullet hell game. It's fucking mental. It's like if Cave made a hack and slash title. You know, this in co-op is a lot of fun, but you and your partner have really, really got to work together on this one. If not, you'll get nowhere. You know, if you leave your partner for dead, you're fucking screwed too, so you are screwed. You've got to cooperate to get through this, because it's absolutely hellish, but it's really, really good, really impressive, and really deserves to be played. Last up is one that I personally had heard of once or twice, but never got around to playing until about 2 years ago. I believe the review is still up on hitstandnow.com. From where I finally did get around to it. It's a game that sounds like it shouldn't work at all, but for some reason it really, really does. This is Def Jam Fight for NY. What is Def Jam Fight for New York? It's kind of a wrestling game featuring rap artists. Yeah, so you can see exactly what I mean when I say it shouldn't work. This game should be shit, man. It should be absolute shit. But it's really, really good fun. You pick from a bunch of different fighting styles and kind of create your own character. As you progress through the game and beat up other dudes, you you increase your rank and you get attribute points that you can drop into different attributes and become a stronger wrestler, a stronger fighter. You know, you take things out of the background, out of the battleground, and hit the fucking guys with them. Like, you smack a dude with a glass bottle or a broomstick, no problem. Put him through the speaker of a PA, no problem. You know, and that's all fun and games. And you got some huge, big, over-the-top finishing moves as well, where you're like almost hurricane kicking your opponents. And that's no problem. That's all good fun. Then you add to that kind of gangster rap, street kind of talk. And then you add in a load of actual rap artists. The main villain of the piece is Snoop Doggy Dogg, who plays a brilliant part. You go toe-to-toe with Ice-T. You go toe-to-toe with Exhibit, Busta Rhymes, Method Man. I think fucking Ghostface Killer might be in there. All these classic rap artists. And then as you beat them, you get to choose from them later on and stuff like that. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's so entertaining. There's a really silly story wrapped around it where you're protecting your boss from someone else's boss. I don't fucking give a shit. But it's really, really entertaining. It's a great game. And some of the moves in it look really vicious. You can feel the weight behind the punches. You know, especially when you're big heavy hitters like Exhibit. If Exhibit hits you, you're going down, son. You know, you can feel the weight behind the punches. It packs more of a punch than most of the WWE games, because it's not pretending to be sports entertainment. It's pretending to be a brutal brawler. And it brings that across really, really well. That is, Def Jam's Fight for New York is really worth playing, even though it doesn't look like it. So, they are just a few of my personal favorite games on PS2 that don't seem to be as recognized as they deserve to be. You know, games that I often mention to friends of mine and they go, who? What? Never heard of it. So, if you've played any of these games, let me know. Let me know what you think. Am I completely off the mark? Are these not forgotten classics? Are these just shit games? What do you think? Also, if there are any forgotten classics, kind of buried diamonds in the rough that I haven't played and you think I haven't played, hit me up. I'd really like to know. I'd really like to check them out. Until next time, then, thank you very much for watching. This is Spud from HitsTartNow.com signing off. Good luck. Thank you for watching one of our HitsTartNow.com quick hits. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. You can also check out more of our stuff at HitsTartNow.com, where we have blogs, podcasts, reviews and all sorts of other mess. You can check us out at HitsTartNow on Twitter or Facebook.com/HitsTartNow on Facebook. The links to all of these can be found down below. Thank you very much.